Hi everyone, and welcome back to LL Sports TV. Hope you're all doing well. So, the summer transfer window, which officially opened back in June of this year, has now come to a close. And I've got to say, what a memorable transfer window it has been. It's been busy, it's been chaotic, it's been eventful, it's been drama filled, and it's been especially lucrative. Yes, over the last 3 months, we've seen record numbers spent on transfers. I mean, overall in the Premier League, clubs spent a collective 3.17 billion. I'm reliably informed that's a record. The previous record was 2.45 billion spent back in 2023. Liverpool were the biggest spenders in this transfer window, spending an estimated 415 million. Some people have suggested it could be even as high as 440 plus. That's a record for the most amount spent by a single club in a single window. And that includes, obviously, a British record transfer fee of 125 million for the striker Alexander Isak from Newcastle. Chelsea were the second biggest spenders on 285 million. Arsenal, my club, they were the third biggest spenders on 255 million. Now that's amazing money being spent. I mean, I've been watching money. I've been watching money. Can't seem to get as much as I want. But anyway, yeah. So what I'm saying is, I've been watching football now for a long, long, long time. I won't give away my age, but I've been watching football for a long time. And I've got to say, this particular transfer window we've just witnessed has been like no other. I mean, as well as the money being spent, we've seen players going on strike to force moves. We've seen last minute deals. We've seen deals hijacked, deals gazumped, deals collapsing at the last minute. I mean, that's for my own club, Arsenal. I've got to say, and I'm pleased to say, it's been an extremely active transfer window. Arsenal done a number of deals to both bring in players and let players go. I mean, over the summer, Arsenal brought in a total of 8 players and released or sold 14 players. So, as I said, extremely active with a number of significant incomings and outgoings. But let's start with the incomings. I mean, Arsenal this summer brought in a total of 8 players, starting with the Spanish goalkeeper Kepa from Chelsea for 5 million. They then brought in the Spanish defensive midfielder Martin Zubamendi from Real Sociedad in a deal worth 55 million. We then brought in Denmark defensive midfielder Christian Norgard from Brentford for a fee of 15 million. We then brought in Noni Madueke, winger from Chelsea, for 52 million. We then brought in Christian Mosquero, centre back from Valencia, for 13 million. We then brought in Victor Gyökeres, striker from Sporting, for 63 million. We brought in Eberechi Eze, midfielder and forward from Crystal Palace, for an estimated 67.5 million. And then right on the last day, we brought in Piero Incapié, defender, Ecuadorian defender from Bayer Leverkusen. It's a loan deal, but it's also an option to buy. In terms of the departures, again, pretty busy. There were 14 sales or loans, but anyway, departures. Starting with Jorginho, midfielder, he was released. He's joined Flamengo. Karl Hein, the goalkeeper, he's on loan to Werder Bremen. Ismail Cabia, midfielder, went out on loan to Shrewsbury Town. Marquinhos, the winger, permanent transfer to Brazilian club Cruzeiro. Thomas Partey was released. He later joined Villarreal. Nuno Tavares, defender, permanent transfer to Lazio. Kieran Tierney, he was released. He's joined Celtic. Takahiro Tomiyasu, defender, he is released. Unfortunate with his injuries. Yeah, he had to be released. Shout out to Tomiyasu. Hope things work out. Lucas Nygaard, defender, was on loan to Brabant FC. Fabio Vieira, midfielder, on loan to Hamburg. Reiss Nelson, winger, on loan to Brentford. Jacob Kivior, defender, loaned to FC Porto. Albert Sambi Lokonga, midfielder, permanent transfer to Hamburg. And right on the last day, Alexander Zinchenko went out on loan to Nottingham Forest. So, yeah, a lot of activity there, like I said. But how do I rate Arsenal's summer transfer? What would I give it out of 10? Well, I've had a long think about it, and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. And I know that's quite a high number, but I do have my reasons. And yeah, let's start with my reasons for the 9 out of 10. Number one, I think what Arsenal have done, which I think is a very smart move, is that they've addressed their key tactical needs, and they've brought in high quality players to address those needs. I mean, Arsenal's transfer strategy was pretty targeted, I would say. They targeted on areas that were either what they felt was weaknesses or definitely areas that needed strengthening. And first and foremost, they've addressed that by bringing in a clinical striker. The fans have been long calling for that, and it would appear that we've done that now. The long-standing need for a prolific number 9 has been finally addressed. We've brought in Victor Gyökeres from Sporting. He has a fabulous record in terms of scoring goals. He's a proven goal scorer who can also lead the line, and I think that could be a pivotal signing for Arsenal this season. The goalkeeper signing, Kepa from Chelsea, provides experienced cover for David Raya, which wasn't always there previously. So that's an important signing. Defensive versatility. The acquisition of Christian Mosquera from Valencia, he looks like a really good player. I mean, he came on when Saliba got injured against Liverpool at the weekend, and I thought he did really well. It was a seamless transition almost. And the loan move of Piero Hincapié from Bayer Leverkusen, he's highly thought of. He provides additional quality and tactical flexibility at the back. And these signings, I think, will address any potential weakness in the centre-back and left-back positions, which, let's face it, were exposed by injuries last season. Midfield reinforcements. Now, with the departures of the likes of Thomas Partey and Jorginho, obviously the club needed to strengthen its defensive midfield, and I think they've done that adequately. I think the signings of Martin Zubimendi and Christian Norgard are two quality players who provide two different, but let's face it, highly effective options. You've got Zubimendi, he's a world-class holding midfielder, and by bringing him in, I think that will allow Declan Rice to play in a more advanced role, which obviously will enhance Arsenal's attacking abilities. Christian Norgard, defensive midfielder, has experience, leadership, he's a physical presence, and I think he definitely will improve the squad depth and provide a reliable option moving forward. Attacking depth and creativity. Now, the addition of Eberechi Eze from Crystal Palace is significant here. I think he will provide that. Noni Madueke from Chelsea on the wing. I think he will add significant creativity, speed, and directness to the attack. Also, an excellent dribbler, which is something that Arsenal were crying out for. So, yeah, I think Arsenal have done really well in terms of recruitment. In terms of the outgoings, I think there were some smart outgoings there. I mean, let's be honest, Arsenal, there were players there that were not central to Mikel Arteta's plans. You don't want these guys just sitting on the bench. They needed to be moved on for their careers. And, you don't want unhappy players sitting on the bench with no realistic possibilities to get regular football. So they need to be moved on. Now, Arsenal have been successful in offloading several players who are not central to the manager's plans. I mean, these include the likes of Jakub Kiwior, Fabio Vieira, Zinchenko, Nuno Tavares. I mean, these guys are good players, but if they're not getting regular minutes, then it's only right that we offload them. We've released the likes of Partey and Jorginho, and all these things serve to, they reduce the wage bill and also generate funds for incoming transfers. So I think overall, what I'm saying is that Arsenal's latest window, summer transfer window, I believe has enhanced the squad depth and crucially allows for competition for places, which is vital if Arsenal are going to challenge for and win trophies this season. So in conclusion, I think it's been a very successful and hopefully transformative summer transfer window for Arsenal. The club appears to have plugged its most obvious gaps. As I said before, they've improved the depth of the squad, which is important, and they've positioned themselves to challenge for top honours, which is what fans want. And I've got to say as well, I mean, I've said this previously, but I think I'll reiterate it on this video. Shout out to Andrea Berta, man, Arsenal sporting director. I think he deserves immense credit. I mean, he came to the club with a big reputation, and so he had a lot to live up to. And I think in his first transfer window, he's done very well. He's brought in 8 new players. And like I said, this shows Arsenal's ambition and aggressive intent to compete at the highest level and to win trophies, which is what the fans are desiring. For me, that represents great business. And so that's why I would give Arsenal's transfer window a 9 out of 10. But yeah, that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What number would you give Arsenal's transfer window out of 10? 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. Like I said, I've gone for a 9. And yeah, I'm very impressed. And guess what? We do it all again in another 121 days in January. But anyway, that's all from me. Like I said, please let me know in the comments what you think of Arsenal's transfer window. How do you rate it? Please put it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. I'm out.